Alrighty, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it's all working. Hello, everybody. My name is David. You can call me Zen, and welcome to the stream. Hopefully nothing is breaking. We all know that because I try to do like 6 of these go lives here at the same time, that I'm just fighting for my life 90% of the time. I'm quickly looking for a setting, and then we can go on ahead and get started right after. All right, let's see. Today we are going to be playing some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are going to be picking up almost exactly where we left off today. Hopefully, the ultimate goal is to go on ahead and get this game completed. I know that for a hot minute that I keep saying, oh, this is the finale, and then the game, it's really the game that just keeps on giving. So we can already go on ahead and basically get started. So hopefully you guys have been having a fantastic day today. I've had a pretty good day today, I would say. So we are looking pretty good. All right. So starting off, you're going to be picking up basically right at the beginning of day 3 for episode 5's trial. And yes, Jay, you did make it. Hope your day's been going well. But we are going to be starting right from the trial for this. But before I do that, let me make sure. Ah, yes. My one curse. So something that can happen is that my wee little capture card, sometimes whenever it's booted up, it does not capture audio at all. And this game soundtrack is too much of a banger to let me be doing that. So we are going to luckily I'm a professional, you know. Oh, I don't have a. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought I had a just chatting scene, but I guess I gotten rid of it. So we're gonna deal with a little bit of a frozen scene for a second, but that's okay. Sometimes this is just something that happens, and I just have to deal with it. I am gonna get a new capture card eventually because I want to fight EVGA sometimes. But there we go. So I use the EVGA XR Pro 1. So we are going to do a quick little scene hop, just see if we can refresh the capture card. Sometimes that'll help. It's definitely something that's broken in the past, so that's why I've just been like, let's just correct the issue now while I still can, you know? Normally it takes restarting OBS, but oh, sweet, we got sound. All right, so we should be all good to go. It says we got sound, so I'm trusting that we got sound. Yeah, a lot of, I'll say Elgato, like I've always told people, Elgato is basically the Apple of streaming products. I'd be very, very hard pressed to see something from Apple or Elgato just like not work. But to compensate how much they cost is a big pain point for me. Even though I spend my money kind of like a loose cannon, you don't want to see how much I spend on Honkai Star Rail, I promise you. All right, let's go ahead and get things started. Hopefully TikTok can hear all the audio, I hope. We'll kind of see. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how did it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky? We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. So we are actually going to accuse him. Okay. All right, we're in the courtroom. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be a murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. Actually, Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose action adults can't possibly comprehend. But please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. His voice is gonna take me out. All right. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do not do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Macon family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir! He knocked me upside the head, sir! Hold on, let me not die. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. All right, it's time to do cross-examination. All right, I definitely need more information, so I'll press him. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now that's a scam. You know, in hindsight, that is a horrifying thought that he is responsible for all the new hires. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was to ensure that it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? All right. So basically, for those of you guys who may be just joining us and maybe just attending a Ace Attorney stream for the first time, basically we are just trying to get more information out of Meekins by pressing him for more information. Just, you know, a basic mechanic of the game. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Huh? There it is! I found it! This is the one right there. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir! It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir! I see. Huh? But the number 498-9596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The Blue Badger theme is a little goofy, Jay. It's a little goofy. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during the second time when... Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. All right. Okay. Let's continue hearing everything out. So you were attacked. Can you tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. Because you don't charge a person with a knife.
Common sense.
Yes, you don't charge a person with the knife. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. I'm so sorry. The visual of the visual that he just gave. I'm not okay. I was like, there's an anime for this series, right? At least for like this first. Wait, no, because this might have not been animated. Oh, I would have paid some good money to see what he looked like in that like flashback. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe you've just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood dripping down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. All right, I fought for my life, then I do. What exactly do you mean you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and these visuals are not... This testimony is, you know... The next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! After that, About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying in tears of pain. That's nice, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir! The Blue Badger, sir! I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Alright, I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what has happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this! It was sent to my jail cell. Chief God delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? Videotape? I almost said something very inappropriate. It's a videotape. Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Oh, so you say. All right, we'll keep that in mind when we view this tape. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me. A real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Traumatizing the entire courtroom. Just the usual. Yes. Also, by the way, I guess I should say I do have someone here with me. He's just chilling, vibing, but you may hear him here and there. I don't like the... That's horrifying. This is... I hate this. Oh my god! Excuse me. He looks so dead. What? Huh. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It was the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway, the tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone. And Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir! As you wish, sir! But it's admissible now, so I can use it as an objectifiable thing. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's footprint to do. The locker it opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These lockers ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have been Detective Goodman. Very well. Defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. All right, so basically we're gonna have to look for what doesn't make sense. You see, I unintentionally have a helper today, so you know, it's great. Even though he has no idea about any of the other evidence that I have. So I do agree, at least in the video, that we weren't able to clearly see his face. Okay. So I'll press him for more info just to see what else he has to say here. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with the knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would classify as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking to them, you see? Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'll bet my badge on it. Honestly, the fact that he kept the megaphone, which allows me to have those specific moments where I just yell a crap ton for him, chef's kiss. Yeah. Part of me actually wants to use the tape because that doesn't make sense, because we clearly saw that that wasn't him. Or, well, I shouldn't say that wasn't him, but there's a chance that that's not him. It would make sense. But we'll kind of continue to play it by ear. Let's hear let's actually press him for the rest of what he has to say first. But you don't know for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now, please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. All right, capture card hiccup. We love to see it. Definitely just gonna pull up Amazon in just in the middle of this press voice acting. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you were positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I've tried all kinds of methods in the... Why were you breaking into people's lockers?
That's a really good question.
What? They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. Wonder what kind of methods he tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. How do you know that? How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. we're not making out of this testimony alive. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. Huh. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprints. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir! Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the lock. Did I start the YouTube vertical stream? I don't think I did. Something just told me, I was like, did I actually? I didn't. I know that we're in the middle of like a very important like moment, but it was bothering me. So let me fix that. There we go. We're live on YouTube vertical now, so you know we're good. We're good. Time to open up all. I felt like, yeah, y'all ever feel like a disturbance in the force? That's how I would describe the sensation. Okay. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can justify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defensive can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. I think there is a problem. So, one of the things I was thinking about, can gloves hold on to fingerprints? Because there's the glove that fell in the footage.
I think so.
Yeah, because we do have the glove that we could submit for evidence. So we can
actually might be, because I know little techniques for trace.
Interesting. But also, wait. If you use a glove, I don't know if it was that specific glove, which is kind of weird to think about. Because the other problem is that something else that's come up is that there's a whole other like case that is somewhat connected to it, to this one, the SL9 incident, which is a whole lot of character development for Edgeworth, the prosecutor. Inside of that incident, there was a whole thing.
What about that? How did that even get?
So that was what he was saying that he carried over. Yes. All right. I am gonna do a safe point. There, we do have a health bar. So, regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us the alleged contradiction in the video. He wants me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. Oh, this is what you meant. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward. Okay, you can fast forward, rewind, or pause. Take a... Yeah, we don't play too many times. I can't stand watching the video. So yeah, Emma's been our little like Navi helper. Okay. All right. Oh, so we can probably fast forward. The light's on.
Yeah.
Oh, so the locker's already open.
Means the locker's already open.
Okay, hold
And the
on.
glove fell out.
Yeah.
Open. Can't.
Okay, so hold on. Can I... Oh, hold on. I'm bad at this. Yeah, the light's already on. Can I... The thing is, that's trained about the video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, locker apparatus works like this. Oh god, I have to gumshoe. When you grab a handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. It's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I was like, good eye on both of our parts. Jay, I feel like I improved a lot from yesterday. I spent like 25 minutes on like submitting a piece of evidence.
Other thing that
Yeah. Actually, you can even kind of see. I actually know the other locker right next to it looks kind of open too. I was gonna. All right, let's rewind it to a little earlier. This theme's gonna be stuck in my head. This theme is going to be stuck in my head. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a friendly mascot for the police. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. I'm not screaming. I already have to do his voice. I already have to do his voice. Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker's locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the lockers are automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, just goes to show how novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. Yes, I figured it out first try, Magic. Okay, and also, so Magic has been giving me so much trap for me, like, going off on, like, I try to cook, but I end up burning the meal. Sometimes I use the wrong seasonings. Sometimes but no, I cooked with the help of my friend here. All right, what do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor? Something jam the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place. Oh God, we have to watch again. Yeah, I thought so too. There's don't. Iron Chef is diabolical. Iron Chef is so okay. All right, there's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. Oh, well, okay. So what else is off in this video? So he found out the light. I wonder if they want me to point out the glove.
I think so. I think you have to pause it right before it drops. Like, that fell out. I thought the other guy opened.
Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, I can keep it paused. So do we want to point out the glove?
Yes, I feel like that's dumb.
Oh, the music stopped, so you're good. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. See, when I see weird things in videos, I get it.
I mean, it's more visual.
It's a good time. What's this? Something white fell out of the lock. You know, it's his donations. You know,
It's his donation.
I was say I know I keep a relatively family friendly vibe, so I'm not gonna say what type of donations they are, but they are donations.
Real generous donation.
So to bring you up to speed, when I investigated the evidence room, we saw a whole bunch of different blood, stains on the ground. We used this fluid which you can use to spray around to kind of if blood or other things were washed away, you can still see the traces.
Okay.
So there was a lot of fluids on the ground over in that section. I'm pretty sure that a vast majority of it was blood, but you know, it could be other things.
Substances that come from the body.
You know,
and of course, we're talking about sweat.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of sweat. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open the car doors, sir. Did he say wait? Did he say that he rolls out great distances when he gets out the car?
Like,
honestly,
pulls out of the car and rolls away from his car. That's the only way I can think about it.
But honestly, it seems on brand for that. It seems very on brand.
He's not enough.
All right. We gotta be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers when the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Sorry, I had to mute my mic to scream a little bit. I can't. Inserted? You know, this feels so empty without the music.
Yeah.
Without the
feels lonely.
Oh, this white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicles. This guy should not be allowed to drive.
You either roll out of your car or you get tied.
Maybe, oh wait, no, when he unsucks his tie, that's why he falls out and rolls. It all makes sense.
It does make sense.
Oh my god. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes you. Hey, yo. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might be something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator? I'll look at all this evidence. And we have the rubber gloves. I'll have to be mindful of my distance to my microphone so that way I'm not blowing out your guys' eardrums. I found this near the locker, then rubber glove. But we can't be sure that that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SO9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear so, sir! Order! 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 So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke?
Like, I feel like he's trying to play a part. I can't tell.
Very well, begin your testimony. But yeah, I've been enjoying doing this so far because whenever I have an opportunity to do a fun voice, I can do it. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective have used his card. I don't think so. We have to look back at the record. Hold on. We can look back right now, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
You got in second.
Yeah, which lines up with the video.
Yes.
So. I just want to know. So who the?
Yeah, who's that? Who's 77777?
Who knows?
Believe it or not, I saw a little show.
Okay. We might pull the video again, so we'll see. An ID card record I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, huh? Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID card. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for the transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? So, basically, when an incident gets like closed after I think like years of it being like active or solved, there's a lot of the evidence gets moved around, for lack of a better term. So there should be a lot of people moving a lot of evidence around. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, though it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. All right, let's do it. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Oh, whoops. We already did all that once. I need to save my vocal cords for at least the rest of the stream.
Yeah.
So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give a V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Alright, so we know to use our ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir! The card right next to my cuff, sir! I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. Hey, I do the same thing. But what if someone were to steal from you, keeping it from out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Get this man away from vehicles.
Get the man away from me.
Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. No wonder. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. Huh? What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. He was the first person, well, the second person. Hey, maybe he's behind all of this, being a prosecutor. Mommy, is that man in blue a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him. You got the wrong color, kid. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be shared regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him. All right. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me an ID card, sir. It's hard to talk. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything sensors constitute. Let's point them out. All right, Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. We all are, girl.
Honestly.
We all are, Phoenix. We all are. What? Problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth missed something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show him what we got. Okay. Let's see their ID card. That's been true so far.
Yeah.
Even in my investigation stuff, that's been true thus far.
Okay.
My ID card is used. There's a record of it. Is the record guaranteed?
Can't even-
Interesting. We'll come back. Time of the crime, the detector had used his card. Maybe it's not his card. Because we found Goodman's card at the prosecutor's scene. Okay, hold on. I want to try to keep as much life as I can. Okay, so let's see. Yep, music stopped. That's basically the cue. Wait one moment, Miss Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir.
Get it.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. I have a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman has lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe that something is to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. You're still only working possibilities, though. I don't think we have anything conclusive. Order! Order! So now, what does that all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather a man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to surmise the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't gonna end well. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. So So the reason why we're in this case is that we're trying to defend Lana, her older sister. If this turned out to be fake, that means that Lana is the suspect of the other murder.
She's the suspect.
So so if that one's a fake, then we just indirectly incriminated her. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. No, Phoenix Wright can get intense quick. I would say that the last two trials have been my favorite. I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in this evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Okay. The obvious implication is to object. But where's it gonna take us? So going back to the video is what you're thinking. We could also end up circling back to the parking lot murder, but I feel like we already exhausted, since you weren't here, we already exhausted the only, witness account. Which proved that there were two murders that were going on. Alright, one moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proved one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Which, I mean... But it did say that he died of loss of blood. Oh! Would it have been... Was the hamper there before the fight?
Not.
I needed to play this video again. I need to know that...
Because I saw it the second time I saw the video.
Okay.
That's when I realized. That's after that.
Yeah. However, it cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. Truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person you would like to have testify, what is his or her name? Officer, Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is, subpoenaed. I don't think I said that right. For the prosecution, please prepare the witness during this time. We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess.
What do you do during?
It's just break. Only 11:32 a.m. That's crazy.
Early as hell for having this much of a discussion.
Yeah. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana. Lana. You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. I love you, Gumshoe. I love you so much.
Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people have funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh. Oh. You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. But my name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. This guy was a witness? Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? Wait. Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana, that's over with. No, Emma, wait. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gantz, Miles Edgeworth, not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. All right, hold on.
Definitely went wrong about the game.
No, when I tell you that the Ace Attorney is literally the game that keeps on giving. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll say Lana's so cute, Bunsu, and also welcome. This is the first game. This is Rise from the Ashes. All right. So Joe Dark. All right. So the victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, No. We're playing a different game after Ace Attorney. I would love to play the second game, but I want to make sure that I have like a little bit of a gap between these games. Okay. All right. Edith Curdy, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Oh, so Edward was a prosecutor of this case. I remember him saying that. And then Lana and Emma were witnesses. The investigators were Lana and Gaunt. Head investigator was Bruce Goodman. And the collaborators. So this is okay. This all is connected. I'm just no. Magic. Listen. But I really wish I knew how to say your name on the YouTube side, but this is a very long case. This is, I think, my third stream doing this case. Just so you know. Namjoon? I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry. Oh, Coco. Yeah, Coco's in your name. You're Coco from now on. But yeah, this is a very long case. This is like my third stream doing this case. Just this case. And I've been, I feel like I've been doing this for like 7 or 8 hours now? Maybe 9? Okay. So we have at least a little bit of brief reading. Basically, we just know that everyone that's involved in this case right now was involved in that case ages ago.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Not the to be continued. Jesus. Yeah, so it's a very long case, but this is they were cooking. They were cooking with this case. All right, so what do you think of jumping partway into this case? How are you feeling?
I feel like there's something missing.
They're probably
I feel like there's something definitely missing.
Yeah, I think we're basically gonna have to probably connect the two cases, and it's gonna incriminate someone based on the connection between the two cases. So you obviously don't know all the characters, but right now I'm suspicious of Jake Marshall right now because of the evidence that we currently know. Other than that, this really could go in any direction.
Oh, most definitely, I agree.
All right, so we're back in the courtroom, everybody. Okay. But if Emma ran off, that was a traumatizing event, which means that either she saw the killing or
She was near close to that.
So she was either saw the killing, near close to dying, or she did it. Because murder is a traumatizing experience. All right. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Is he drinking?
Mm-hmm. Witness, please say your name and occupation. I need to get my yeehaw on. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trail of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Not the Zoe Mama! I can't. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you could hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edward described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as balanced as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony on the day of the crime in plain old English. All right. I'm so sorry if my southern, like my western, my cowboy accent is like fighting for your life, but you know. All right. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. That's disrespectful, Marshall. But don't worry, Zai. Welcome in. We're just chilling, play some Ace Attorney. Hope you're here for a good time. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID car reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? Wait, it's... What have other people been pronouncing your name as? I'm genuinely curious. What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. All right, let's get it started. Oh, Kai or Sa... Oh, I see. Wait, we can't have you... No, we can't have simping for Jake Marshall here. We can't have... I see that why is he so hot. We can't have people simping for him here. This is a gumshoe-loving household. All right, let's press it for more info. How exactly did you... Crap. All right. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was the caretaker who inherited the recordings. You inherited them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Yes, you are in the right household. This is a gumshoe-loving household. Every time I erased a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Desperado, I know, let's rules get in the way. No, Desperados, I know, join the police force. So Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't step foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I've been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy... You know, Phoenix is asking the real questions.
Yeah, he is. Guys,
This guy
I
is...
don't know what you're talking about, partner.
Yes. Alright. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. Oh, dang, you just simping for everyone over there. Honestly, I get it. I get the vision. All right, I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite impressive. incredible, amazing, astounding. Phoenix is crazy. What do you mean you get?
I mean, he talks to himself a lot. A lot.
Hey. Phoenix does the right thing at the end of the day. I can see where there may be an audience gathered for him, okay? The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that's relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. What were you doing in a place like that? Oh, dang. I was gonna say, Madge, you gotta hide. Zai will come out we'll leave the YouTube chat, come over to Twitch, and we'll find you. You need to be careful. Oh, Black Will. Hold on, wait. I don't remember that character offhand. Just gonna do a quick little side Google. I see the vision. I see the vision.
I see it too.
I get it. I get it. He is so fun. Trust me.
Told you, I know.
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongolis sepia pasta. I prepare enough smells every day. I could not be stopped. No worries. I didn't read anything. I quite literally just looked at the pictures and closed it immediately. All right, hold on. TikTok thinks I was not live for some reason, so we're gonna go live again. 73 people who got passed through. I love that I'm seeing some simping wars going on in my chat. That's all I need to see. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Oh, but yeah, no worries. One day I might actually do gotcha game reactions. I play a lot of Star Royal. All right, I'll look up this. I will quickly look up this last person, but I didn't want to get too sidetracked. That could be a fun filler stream one day. I'll drag here, then we could just bring in some characters and be like, all right, this one, and then you're gonna be like, no, you're crazy. Okay. All right, let's all right. Oh, there's a demographic for characters like Nayuta. It's not for me personally, but I understand the demographic. All right, let's get back to the case. Let's get back to the case. All right, that's not what I meant. I hope this has taught you at least a good lesson. All right, this is usually where Edgeworth says, did you not want to race this year? No, I think if before the knowing more of Edgeworth's story, I can understand. Edgeworth is maybe not for me, but it's okay. I can take you through some of the other cases someday. Okay, let's see. So if you, I will not be hearing you out.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh no!
Help!
Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner, or as you'd like to call it, evidence. Okay, maybe my mic is... Oh, wait, yeah. Wonder why TikTok decided to take me off. Oh, well. If you plan to pin this crown to me, you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witnesses doesn't appear to have seen anything. Oh, you know, Magic, I appreciate your brief dissertation on why you enjoy Phoenix Wright. I appreciate your brief dissertation. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. This is such a bad character. A bad, not a bad, but that's an interpretation of a Texan. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. So I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. That's room protected by 2 security systems. Caricature. Thank you. Dang, I was saying
in all caps. What do you mean?
Y'all, I was saying I wish one day I need to actually learn how to properly put the chat up for YouTube and Twitch together so you guys can still have like a discussion about this, because watching the ship wars happen, or not the ship wars, we're not doing ship wars here. That is one thing I will draw the line on. We will not draw the ship wars. But as far as simping for characters go, just watching like the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat, like everyone going back and forth, chef's kiss. Okay, I think this is the issue. Not stuff Phoenix right in your pocket.
Oh my god. Take him home with me.
Alright, so it's protected by 2 security systems, so we know the camera and the ID system. He didn't really talk about the evidence locker. I'm actually... Yeah, well, I want him to get Alright, hold on. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. Not the I will squash you. What is going on in the YouTube chat? Okay. Let's see. I'm actually not sure what to present here. Because it has to be some of our newer stuff. Oh, so I guess for me, I genuinely play like a little bit of everything. Because after I finish Ace Attorney, we are gonna be playing the very first Ratchet and Clank game, not the reboot from 2016, but the one that came out all those years ago. I think it was like 2002. Okay, let's see the. I'm actually not sure. Okay, so I'm not out of ammo. I think I have to play the, I think I have to play his fingerprints. Yes, got it right. See, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I was struggling so bad yesterday. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left blah 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 blah. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Huh. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? You know, I can respect that, Magic. I can respect that. You know, it's wild that... Okay. I'm sorry that I have to just do a side talk. So the YouTube chat is busy talking about Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So the fact that you brought up Naruto in the Twitch chat, what pivoted this to anime conversation? All right, the blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly reveals this. Well, Officer Marshall, it seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. Oh, my days, I'm not gonna make it through this game at this rate. Because Magic, shut up. Because I will fight off any attack on my Titan Phoenix.
I would take it.
No, I need. Y'all, I need a moment. I need a process. Just y'all have been doing the most tonight, and I love it. Okay. About the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. At the scene of the crime. Alright, blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears to be valid. Although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Like I said, every time I think about the witness, I think about Destiny 2. You want so I'll show you. I'll all right. I have a chance to prove it. All right. All right. Blessing. This is what I think about every time I see the witness be said. He was the main antagonist for Destiny 2 for a little while, and then he's dead now. All right. So it's natural for his fingerprints to be in the evidence room. I'm gonna go through all the statements. I'll tell you which one I think is a contradictory one, and then we'll press them. I'm a Reiner kind of guy, by the way. It comes to that Attack on Titan conversation that's going on. I'm a Reiner type of guy myself. All right, one of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood. I don't think I believe it.
Keeps bringing this up. Keeps bringing the fact that his fingerprints.
too many times. To the point where it's not-
Yes. I need that armor titan so bad.
Oh my god!
You're so
buddy.
I was like, you're so real for that. You're so real for that. All right, the bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. So notice how when I'm locked in, that's when I make mistakes. And no, I'm sitting here about talking about simping for anime, man.
and you're correct, like getting everything right. There has not been one thing I've seen you get wrong. So.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, it's just so much things I don't. Let me think. I think I actually used the fingerprinting kit here,
Yeah.
but huh?
But we found a glove at one of the scenes.
Yes, but
Then
all right. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so
getting put in the middle of the game.
in the middle of a trial, I get it. I get it. Because if it was overwritten, then I think it would be there wouldn't be a match with the fingerprinting kit. But I actually don't know for sure. All right, let's see. Can I actually present the fingerprinting kit? I wonder.
What about the list? He wasn't on the list, was he?
What if he's the 777?
Maybe.
But all right, let's see. Also, I would be I think it's the Mist Ninjas, by the way, for the Naruto conversation. I think it's the Land of the Mist. I'm a little rusty on my Naruto knowledge, so don't mind me. I'm not letting you have you know, you could have Orochimaru.
Exactly.
That's you could have Orochimaru. That ain't me, dog. That ain't me.
I like how he has to point that out. Bro entered at 420.
Okay. So you're thinking I show the ID record. I'm thinking if you show the well, I don't think we should show the fingerprinting set because all that'll show is that
That's his fingerprint. And he's already saying that the murderer had a glove, even though we ended up finding one of the gloves on this.
But yeah, but to be fair, this glove was from the other case. So the bloodstain in the finger. Let's press him. This so sometimes to progress it, you don't actually need to present a counterclaim yet.
Okay.
So you might just need to press him actually. Because trust me, there have been times where I've been presenting evidence, nearly die, I decide to press him, and it proceeds.
That's good.
All right, that's because, how do you put it? Pay your respects month to month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more other thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. Oh, that is the left one. I forgot. So I was showing my friend here. He was playing the Bayonetta for the first time.
Very fun, but
Yes. Oh, that's your charger. Oh no. Where's my charger for my controller? No, it's honestly a staple that my controller dies. Oh wait, I remember where it is. Okay. I'm giving you the responsibility. Plug it into the dock. I will. Wait. No. On the dock of the switch. I thought you were about to turn off my power strip, and I was about to be like, wait, no!
That would ruin everything.
Well, thankfully, I had just saved to like right before this, so it would have been a completely easy like restart. But that would have just been so bad because I don't know what you would have turned off.
Yeah, and that has like a good amount of things plugged into it.
Yep, I have 2 of them.
Oh wow.
All right. No, I would say, Zai, do you need a back scratcher? Do you need a back scratcher? Or like, I don't know. I assumed it was on your back because most spots that you can't reach tend to be on your back. I do need a back. All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to providing it for you. I'll provide a link. You could go on Amazon. And trust me, they're there. All right. I'm not super familiar with Cookie Run. If people in the Twitch chat would like to enlighten me, they're talking about Pitaya, I guess a dragon cookie. I'm leaving you to Google duty. Oh, have you done? So what about this bloody head?
The cookie, the thing you bake.
Oh, this is great. So then, what about the bloody header print? I'm not crazy. It wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker and my fingerprint was by chance. The fan art changed me? You're sipping over a baked good? Oh. Hold on. No. Hold on. I'll intervene because Cookie Run is a game.
Yeah, Cookie Run's a game.
Hold on. Hold on. I'll intervene just this once.
You're sipping over a cookie. Over a baked good.
Stop. Okay, the design is actually very cool looking. I like the design, but I'm not sipping over a cookie. I'm sorry. I'm not sipping over a cookie.
He said I'm closing my eyes.
You're nothing and see nothing. All right, the chance of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could not argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Bloodstain and fingerprint are completely unrelated. Unrelated. They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's gotta do with breakfast and the other one's gotta do with the type of murder. We're just... I gotta continue the game. I would... You can look up the cookie Abla on your phone. You can look it up. I don't see what like they're doing. I don't see what hominids have to do with this. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain on the scene thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gunshoe's locker. Oh. I understand. I understand. No pun intended, but I'm letting you cook this time. I'm letting you cook this time. All right. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean... Hold on, let me search that cookie up. The murderer wearing gloves happened to literally place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you staring at me? Starting to get the picture? The picture? This seal blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So as long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Should be able to-
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Can we check the video? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner?
Duh, duh.
All right. Oh. Not you re-downloading the game. Not you. If we're gonna have a cook, I would say maybe some cookies are a bit fine.
Oh my god!
Oh
We're simping over baked goods now.
no. We got the baked good simpage going on in chat. If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots. Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone's familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you could show us the evidence in the video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Okay, that's where I think the handprint comes down. Because yes, it could be not Doctor, Officer's one before him.
There's Gumshoe, there was Meekins.
That can either be Meekin's hands from him pulling it in, or that can be Marshall's hand from trying to.
All right, let's have another look at the video. Oh, you weren't kidding when we were watching this video over and over again. So, what? Hold on. All right, so we know that his locker is this one.
Yeah.
Oh, also, this is actually costing us life now.
Ah, okay.
So we have to be careful. All right. Oh, so I guess should we pay attention to his locker each time it goes back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
That, and also I will say the hand is there before anything. So that is...
Oh, I see the handprint. But I wonder if it's what I'll say. Why is it so? Actually, do you want to start with that handprint?
I mean, we could.
All right, let's just give it a go. Oh, you were cooking. He was cooking. Or oh no, he gets carried away. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. You know, I gave you so much confidence.
Sorry, Judge. He gets carried away sometimes.
I gave you so much confidence.
Okay, yeah.
We burnt down the kitchen.
Of course, it has to be me who burns down the kitchen.
Bro's on to nothing. Yeah, yes, King, give us nothing.
Of course. I've given too much to the point where I can't give anymore. You're on your own.
All right. So,
Was his the second one?
oh wait, unless, so the guy's gonna walk in. If you pay attention to that, okay, nothing yet. It's 12 a.m. and I watched. Trust me, it's okay.
Got it.
So while they're fighting, okay, nothing. He's knocked out.
Oh, look.
Oh, that wasn't there before. Good eye.
I came back.
All right. No, don't worry.
I finally got the fire extinguisher.
All right, he got the fire extinguisher. We're making repairs. We're good. We can cook again. All right, bring our attention back to the.
Thank you.
Bringing our attention back to the security camera. No. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I didn't catch it. He did. I was supposed to say, his name's Angel. Angel did. So, I don't think I would have caught that. Oh, the other controller's half died. The food is a bit burnt, but we did it. We did it. Hold on, half my controller died. 1 second.
It's a bit burnt, but we did it. I love that. Who doesn't like their meals with a little bit of crisp and tar?
Yeah, you know. All right. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You clearly can be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. You had a fantastic eye. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That's what that was witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. You see, rewinding the video doesn't work in this case because it's just fast. Him being knocked
forward to the point where it goes all the way back.
Him being knocked on the floor right there sends me every time. It sends me every time. Him being knocked out like that. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
That still gets me to the point where his name is ID card.
I'm not gonna let you cook with Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not letting you cook with Five Nights at Freddy's. No, you are putting the ingredients back in the fridge. We are putting the ingredients back in the fridge. You are not cooking with Five Nights at Freddy's.
I disagree with him. Cook.
What's more, you've opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! It would seem that it's only... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened up a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open that locker? Now prove it. Oh, I don't know. I guess I have to use the evidence that talks about the locker. Fingerprint sensor? Okay, so I'm hearing shame from the other side of my ear right now. Apparently, you've disappointed my friend here with Springtrap.
I understand Michael, but why Springtrap? They're almost the same person, but still.
I don't know enough about FNAF to even justify participating in this conversation. We talked about this earlier today. Lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gunshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Is he eating some jerky? Not us sharing the same brain cell. No!
Getting her.
Basically. Now, I need to show you a TikTok while we're going through the dialogue. I can multitask somewhat. Look at chat, play the game. This is not a safe space for you to say that statement in my face. This is not a safe space.
Nope.
No, you are welcome to stay, but it's not a safe space to say that statement.
And in all caps at that.
It's me being a hater, guys. Stop. Steak. Shame. Shame. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Witch trial. Witch trial.
Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the work. So, I
I forgot there's two different jokes.
brother, what happened? Oh, no, don't worry. I'll send it just as chat.
Put them in court.
That was said in the other chat. It is not a safe space for that statement. All right. If this is a joke, it's the worst I ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall.
Guys.
Zai, just so you know, the Gumshoe Defense Force is out for you.
Yeah.
The Gumshoe Defense Force is out.
From Twitch and YouTube.
Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
No.
Ole, please answer the question. What's he doing now? A bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. You're going to court, pal. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. So then, question.
How could he see him?
So important question. Well, actually, so that means that it was so that must mean that this was all actually Officer Marshall.
Yeah, that could have been our
because
trying to frame it.
yeah, but then the question is why. But I guess you'll explain it. If so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. That there's only one possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Could have been hiding around somewhere.
No. I think it's implying that he's. I forgot which one was. Because remember, Officer Meekins couldn't see him.
Yeah.
And what's in common, we couldn't see the face of the guy. So we were supposed to tie it together. I think the conclusion that
Marshall
is the guy. That's disrespectful. Why Officer Meekins built like a hex? That's
It's so true though, I'm sorry.
that's disrespectful. Officer Marshall was standing right there. But that's... No, I was supposed to say, no, don't leave, Zai, don't leave. You were cooking with your ships until you weren't. Okay, so all that means is that YouTube chat won't update here. You're gonna have to look over here.
Okay.
But Twitch chat will still update over here. Mm-hmm. All right, that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman. Alright, but that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. All right. We'll be here. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. He really is built like a hexagon. Oh my god.
I told you.
He really is built like a hexagon. Mewing's gone crazy. Alright, when I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Oh, sorry, I need to get right back. I forgot, I need to do his voice. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife out on me! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that man wasn't Detective Goodman. You have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Yes, we will miss you. I was about to say, I've thoroughly enjoyed your time here.
I did as well, because my first time here.
Dude, you were gone for like 20 You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving that I dressed up as a victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you damn went for the beard again. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. All right, seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. I appreciate that you like Jake Marshall's design that badly. I appreciate it, but I'll pretend I did not see it.
How you doing?
All right. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. All right. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that's what Mia used to tell me.
She's dead.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance that it might have been discovered later, as it has been. Mia, now this is where I wave my proud bisexual flag. Mia is fine. Mia is pretty, but also so is Lana. I have a little bit of a soft rule against talking about ships. Just a very soft rule against it, because ships get very scary, especially if we're talking about certain Final Fantasy titles. So that is my only line right now. As I don't want to talk about ships too much. Oh no. I was about to say, oh, you're fine. It's like I said, it's literally a soft rule. It's nothing like set in stone. I just know that some ship wars can get out of hand very quickly, and even though there's only a handful of us, I don't need we're here for a good time. We are here for a good time. So, and I want to make sure that vibes kind of stay that way. because I was about to say, y'all have been in the trenches that is the Final Fantasy VII ship wars. No one gets out of there alive. All right, which means, you know, I'm all right with you guys chipping characters with yourselves. I'm okay with that. All right, according to the defense's arguments, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. All right. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker and put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open the locker. Oh, we have to just show the blood on his shoulder.
Yeah.
This is the longest fast forward of my life. Oh,
And there, go back. Just tiny.
one. Yep. Yeah, I will say the ace. You know what? You can take that character for now. We'll get to that game eventually. I don't know when we'll get there, but we'll get there. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pulled a knife on him. However, besides Officer Meekins getting his butt beat, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Hexagon getting jumped is crazy. Are we just calling him Hexagon now?
Yeah, he's Hexagon.
He's Hexagon? Okay. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, will we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. Oh, wait. His testimony. So there's going to be a flaw in his testimony. That's crazy. So there's going to be contradiction in here. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID card and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I was inspecting Officer Meekins. You get your food. You go get it, Monarch. I have to use Monarch because I don't know if I'm supposed to be using King or Queen or neither. Ooh, ice cream? And chips? Oh wait, you gonna send some food through the screen? All right, send some food through the screen. Okay. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas couldn't be caught on the cameras. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. I don't think I fully believe that. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's still one thing I still don't understand. Traces of large quantities of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? I bleed easy. Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for a small donation. How are you guys doing on the Twitch side, by the way? YouTube's been a little bit of a party tonight. But that's okay. It's a party every night. Alright. I wonder if he's referring to the the other incident because of the transfers happening that day.
Ah.
When you say it, you mean, do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? Wait, 3 hours up, 7 shots of Jaeger. Seven shots of Jaeger is crazy.
Jaeger itself.
When a case is closed, only the case's lead detective can look through the evidence.
I mean, I can't.
Same. I wanted to have a look into it myself one more time. It's a song ref. I don't listen to a lot of Western music. I'm so sorry. No matter the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. Also, that day was my last chance. That's why.
I want what he said.
All right. Why'd you decide yourself to Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera and the detective's ID card. I stole it the morning of the incident. So that's why Goodman started filling out the lost item report. I returned his ID card and left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found. Okay, that makes sense. Because it was just randomly on the floor when I was in the prosecutor's parking lot.
Ah, okay, the glove?
No, the ID card.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier about the ID card not actually being that scene.
Yeah.
The
other. Sorry. I mean Western as in like the United States. I also listen to a lot of stuff that comes from like Japan, Korea. So I mean Western as in like the Western hemisphere. I apologize for the confusion. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to be stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Marshall. All right. Oh no, I am in the US. I just grew up on a bunch of weeb shit. To put it blunt. All right. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? So basically I could describe my music tastes tend to be video game music, what the homies call girly pop, and then anime stuff. All right, let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. You know, yeah, one in a million built like a hexagon. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID, I'll have to think more about his raise this year. When did Edward get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I'm kind of with Phoenix on this one. I actually...
Exactly. You know how many times he's used that knife to shave his face now?
So you'd... Actually, Gumshoe does deserve a raise for being adorable. So you knocked off the Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't the vlogging partner. I don't think it will make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you blooded your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been dug up. I want you to know that we have been in this trial for 2 hours. We've talked to 2 people.
And we've had one recess. One recess.
We've talked to 2. We've been in this.
I mean, I will say we did get sidetracked like what?
We did get intensely sidetracked by simping for characters, and honestly,
And not even characters from this game.
what was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Do I believe that? I don't know if I believe that. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown in the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty, so someone else stole the evidence. So the 777 guy must have came in first and got the evidence while they were there.
And then put the glove to make it seem like someone else.
Mm-hmm. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Far away, partner. It's a free country. What if it's... You don't know this character. But what if it was the chief of police? What if that's my far-fetched cooking theory? That's my far-fetched cooking theory.
I mean, the chief of the police did give Hexagon the tape while
Yep.
he was in his cell.
Yep. And I wonder if the chief has a proper badge number.
Ah. A proper badge number. Back.
Yeah, because if he doesn't have a proper badge number, then he just has like a generic admin one.
Which that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Just remember, I'm free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Seeing a detective's ID injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. Can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved several serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something that went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why is he still concerned with that incident? Alright. Alright, so we've been through everything once. We pressed everything once. So the real we need to present the real reason we think he did it. I don't have a good guesstimate either, which is
the only thing as of right now. Did you already do the list of names? Right number? Because that is like one of the things that we can't present.
Wait. Can we present the files? Oh, well, welcome back. By the way, let's see. I kind of want to show the files.
I think we could.
Hold on. We also been through a lot of dialogue. We're on save point 7. All right. I think we are on a roll today. We only got one wrong guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been chatting with chat a lot.
Yes. All right. Hold on for just 1 second.
Go ahead.
All right. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name, Marshall, is mentioned here. And a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? So no, today is the last stream for this week. I start up again this upcoming Wednesday. So I'll be continuing on with this game on the 2nd. I'm assuming it's gonna be this game. I don't think I'm finishing this tonight. What's he talking about, the King of Prots? Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Alright, so I know that you were talking about Jake Marshall. But hear me out on Neil Marshall. Hear me out. He could have got it.
Neil Marshall.
I said Neil Marshall could have got it. He's kind of deceased, and I'm not a necrophilia guy.
I didn't know that.
See, this is what happens when you don't listen to my voice acting, my professional level enjoyment.
This Western accent catching me off guard.
All right. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gantz, the then deputy chief police. That's Angel Star. She was before in the previous. We've been in the courthouse already once, and she was testifying during the previous one. Basically, her and him were working together to try to get as much information on the SL9 incident. Because ever since the case closed, but they both weren't satisfied with the ending for one reason or another. All right, the group of detectives I was a part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. Okay, he has the same. Okay, the current chief of police has the same eyes as him, like the same style, style of eyes and everything. That can't be a coincidence. That cannot be a coincidence. Gonna play it out. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence, and that's all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in the fight. And that's it? That's the reason for your insane act? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with the not satisfied with this blah 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 blah. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Hexagon confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, the mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, the fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's just gotta be more than that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant wasn't not convicted yesterday. There's yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me the boys got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr, who you saw in the picture earlier, is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Ah!
So how
I
many
rest
people-
my case.
How many people are dead?
Including the SL9 case? Alright, so we can see that. He was asking how many people are dead currently. So of the people that are dead, there are obviously the six people who passed here, and we've talked about Neil Marshall. We don't know, all three of these people are still alive. Edgeworth's obviously in the trial right now, Lana's the defendant, and Emma fucked off somewhere. Damon Gaunt is the current chief of police, who I think is actually the.
You said that guy has the same as that one guy.
Yes. Obviously the other guy was in black and white, but like he has the same like art style. Obviously we talked about Lana already. Bruce is dead. Jason and Angel are still alive.
Okay.
All right. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubts. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving all the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Who said hold it? Oh, welcome.
Emma's back.
Your Honor, wait. Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in a shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now she mentions it. The names of both Sky Sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not that much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by that other blood mark.
So there's 2 blood marks?
Yes, you
Okay.
Once again, you weren't here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we knew about the mark over here.
Yeah.
There was also a mark over here, and then there was the blood puddle that was over here where Hexagon was.
And his blood. Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry it couldn't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. What could be wrong with a handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I guess you have no choice but to object.
Just go.
All right, the handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something has been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Alright. Question is, I know exactly which item. We haven't talked about the jar yet.
I don't know.
Alright. So as long as it's face general direction. Just... Oh. Damn. Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Try and remember the evidence room what it was like on the day of the crime. Okay, so we don't lose life for this, so we can
Okay.
so we can kind of shoot in the dark all we need to.
I mean, the only thing I can also think about is, again, this is still off. There's 1, there's a name missing. 2, someone took something.
Yes.
Well, we know that Marshall took blah blah blah. We gotta get the evidence. But again,
Nope.
why is Hexagon in there twice?
Oh, he brought in the thingy.
The thing that moved.
Yes, he brought in the thingy.
Why was
Edgeworth, he was in there for this.
he was getting?
Yes.
And then why was Goodman?
That was Marshall.
Oh yeah. But then again, we don't know who that first person is.
Yes. Alright, so something is missing in the floor plans. I guess if I showed this.
That might actually, because that was taken out.
Oh, nope. Luckily, I can hold B and keep it. This is where we're gonna get held up. But because there's no penalty, kind of process of elimination.
What if it is this? Because have you talked about the handprint on him?
No. Oh. What about that police of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not there. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So as long as the Blue Badger is dancing there,
You can't.
it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. What? So it got moved. That means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badge to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a hamper on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just a moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. You saw I struggled for a second because balderdash is a word.
It doesn't even sound like a word.
That is a word in the English language, I swear. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. Wrong pipe. All right, but how? One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from, oh, you can't see it from the security cam, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. Problem is, the other time, someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purports really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show the evidence that proves when it occurred. That would be going to show the ID card.
Yeah.
All right, so prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. All right, there's only one piece of evidence. Crap, I meant to save before this. So, the trial took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card, oh, the ID card record.
Before anyone went in, besides Edward.
Yeah. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never would have figured you have the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 777-7777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there is no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777-7777.
What a name.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this as soon as possible. Find out whose ID number is 7777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number belongs to someone with a captain rank or higher. I'm cooking!
Chief. Yeah.
All right, so someone who is so-called executive officer. You don't have authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which we can be granted such an authority. if an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? All with your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you kept your slander to yourself. Slander? Is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid, she's been charged with murder. Of course, we looked up her ID number and it's not that. Don't play me for a fool, partner, that's not what I wanted to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Oh. Oh.
All right. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for this trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. But, Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime within the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, well, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During the trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator, in that crime in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Huh? Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence.
I don't think she means that in a royal.
So she just, damn, she really just admitted to forging evidence.
Yeah.
See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 The case in court now could not be quelled. Conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. We still have another half. Okay, just genuine question, you guys. Is the investigation segment currently something that I can do in the next half hour? For those of you guys who have played this game before. And if not, should I keep going until the final court date, and then we'll finish this on Wednesday? I'll give Chad a second to catch on up because I know that there's that good old delay. Just checking the good old Discord for some quick notifications. Because I had too many of them. Ooh. All right. So we have at least half an hour until stream's over. We'll have to see how far I can get, I think is what I'm thinking. Because I don't want to overdo it either, because I've historically overdone it. All right. The next day. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry for what my sister said. All right, I literally just said all this.
Again!
Haha, again! I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. Okay, hold on.
I don't want to know.
What do you mean? What happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did those killings have to? But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried. You were right. Tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is all like, no, I'm so sorry about your trauma, Emma. I am so sorry.
Yeah, honestly, like, she had all reason to run away.
So that means yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. Didn't see that one coming. All right, let's continue to hear her out. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat together once she finished her work. Okay, the exact same thing happened, and that's why Mia died. The exact same thing happened. Because one of the other assistants that we've had is Maya, Mia's younger sister. Apparently, we just have a thing with working with the younger sisters. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, when Mia died, the killer came in while Mia was doing her last minute work before they went out to eat dinner 10 minutes later. I'm gonna need you to watch some Ace Attorney.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to catch up.
I'm gonna need you to watch some Ace Attorney. You'll love it. You'll be fine. You can probably watch the Game Grumps thing and try to catch up to like here, and then you'll be ready on Wednesday. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the. Honestly, that jump scare. Just like imagine someone just go boom. It was like,
yeah, and you're just sitting there getting ready for your sister to finish work. Boom! Hi, I'm about to kill you.
And then you're just sitting there like, oh. All right. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. All right. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, he tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly. No, they literally set this up to be the most traumatic experience ever.
I mean, this is, like, think about it. It's a rainstorm. Someone breaks in, tries to kill you. Someone comes in and saves you. And then out of nowhere, boom, all the lights go out because lightning struck. And now you see nothing.
Yeah. What I saw burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. No wonder you can still see it now because it was 2 years ago. She's, I believe, 16 now. Yeah. So she was 14. My God. She was 14.
She was really young.
All right, a permanent picture. God, I don't like I'm actually getting like a little watery eyed because I feel so bad. All right, I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana, why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? Prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly, Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes. But I remember because he was the leading prosecutor.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean, it's all my fault. Mind you, by the way, this case that we're doing right now, episode 5, was not in the original game.
Okay.
This was effectively DLC.
Okay.
What a hell of a DLC expansion.
Honestly, like, I've been sitting through this for how long now?
About a little over almost 2 hours and 45 minutes.
And it's been a roller coaster. A lot of stuff.
We went through a lot.
Chat included.
All right. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth was really involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. Oh, probably, yeah. She couldn't live with herself for having to fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did what she had to do to get the
incrimination, but she compromised all of her morals to do. Okay, I can understand why this is some of these people's favorite case. Just from this section of conversations, I get it.
I mean, the whole thing of me just being here, I like the whole thing. I really like this stuff.
So yeah, I will say that whenever you finally get around to like watching it, you could also watch my stream, my VOD.
I was honestly thinking about it.
You could, I believe each case really kind of gradually built up in intensity. So it would make sense that this has been the most intense one thus far. All right, what did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Drake knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. So
that's a lot for a 14-year-old girl.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I could bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out.
I mean, yeah, trauma a lot too. So it's like,
Yeah, I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. Two years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Now, because I understand that some trauma for some people makes them go completely nonverbal.
yeah, there's been people that stop talking.
Experience. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. I want her to know. I know that she can't hear me, but she did a good job coming in last minute.
Yeah. Because like they were literally about to say that her sister is guilty. And then Emma comes in. I have something to say.
Yes. So if that goes to show how much growth she's had in those 2 years. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. See. All right. Well, this is something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come to try to kill
Lana, not Emma.
Oh, okay. Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Oh, wow.
Lana used to be a detective? All right, so next stop, we need to go to the detention center because Game wants to talk to Lana next. Lana, Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Because shit like this happens 2 years later. Anyway. But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks, Lana. Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. The detention center's song is so sad. but I mean, understandably. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case is stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there's no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Stars, has said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with the knife. Is it very possible that Goodman was already dead?
That could be a hype.
But then why would she do that? Yeah. Unless if she was ordered to take the fall. By the chief. See, cooking. We are cooking. All right. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with the knife.
At the very end, that's...
Yeah. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Yeah, him. I think he's the one who did it. Obviously, his
demon.
No. Tell me, no. When I was talking to him in what the investigation prior to the trial that we just did, he has this Dracula ass theme. All right.
He was good.
They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gantz cracked together. Chief Gantz? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crimes. Damon Gantz. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolized her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience in investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gantz's help in the SL9 case was crucial to this resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. All right. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command, that means the investigation lead team was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and I shared the same office and same investigations. So they worked pretty closely together. Not looking good for the chief. For me. I could be wrong. I will fully acknowledge when I'm wrong, but it just doesn't sit right with me. The way that the chief's been acting this entire case doesn't sit right with me. He's been kind of acting almost like a troll. And setting things in motion. Alright. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was. Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. Wait. Do you think he killed Detective Goodman? If I wanted to establish a bit of a scenario, he killed Goodman because he admined in. He also probably knows with cameras. He's chief police. Sorry, my brain's farting. He mortally wounded him probably. You can see the chief, he's big and strong. He probably had the capabilities of taking him and cleaning up the crime scene way beforehand. And took him to the prosecutor's parking area because it takes about 30 minutes from when he hold on, let me look at the court record. Oh yeah, he definitely had enough time.
He had about like 20 minutes to.
Yeah. So yeah, he had 20 minutes. So yeah, he would have had 20 minutes to clean up, and he would have made more enough time before Edgeworth got there. He was the one who also ordered Edgeworth to pick up something for the crime. So he might have timed that out perfectly to divert attention away from him. But he brings it to the other crime scene, and has Lana take the fall. But the question is, why would he have Lana take the fall?
There must be something.
I'm guessing that Detective Goodman was getting too close to the sun regarding the case, and he might have found something that would have turned the entire thing on its head, and the chief couldn't have had that because
So he took him out.
Yeah. And I mean, they were a very close team. I think she took it. Oh, welcome. I'll say welcome back. You're on the vertical stream now. But I think that Lana probably took the fall because he could. Because remember, he's the chief. He could probably pull strings to get her out much sooner. Unfortunately, Hexagon is still alive. So, Angel and I just ran through our theory about why we think the chief is the person who killed Goodman.
Man, fuck.
That's great.
I want him dead.
All right, that's when his final murder took place. I tried over Emma. Please, Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gaunt and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gaunt and Marshall let their guards down and then fled the room. We proved a lot.
Apparently he's innocent.
He didn't kill anyone.
But he tried to steal it.
Yeah. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So, you were the last person to run to the scene, Lana. If you're so, I was filing some papers while Gantz and Marshall were questioning Dark. What a scene to walk into. What is that?
Is Dark dead?
Dark should be imprisoned, but he should be on death's row. If he's not dead already. We don't know how Ace Attorney's systems work. But you see how expressive those people are when they get caught? I don't know what they be doing in Ace Attorney's death's row. But I don't think it's a place you want to be. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. That one TikTok I was talking about. While we are going, actually, I can't rewatch the TikTok because it shows like all the expressions of everyone being all shocked and scared, but it typically has shown all the villains who got caught in their. And obviously, the only person I remembered was one of the people whose trial I was doing that stream. So, 3 bodies: Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who's passed out, and the suspect Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma and carried her out of the room and just held her. After that, I placed Drake under immediate arrest. let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came to a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Why does it keep thinking I'm inactive? I do be talking. Unless if the mic just stopped picking me up. I think my mic on TikTok just stops picking me up. Okay. Okay, it just stops picking up audio for some reason. No, it's still... Whatever. Streaming on TikTok's hard, but I'm not booting up a third stream because we're already almost at end time anyway. Life does end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Gant and I shared. The office that Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at Chief's office, side of the SL9 murder. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things have been kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Why don't we look for someone other people to talk to? Come back here later. Oh, there's Marshall. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out the way this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go into the evidence room today either, partner. Well, Mr. Marshall, why'd you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I need to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Huh. Looks like I won't be getting to steak lunch today. Yeah. Oh no, stop the yawn. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon, you mean the switchblade with the broken tip. That was Joe Dark's all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? Oh. It means there was a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon.
There's even a good chance the murder not even happened there.
Yeah, it's possible. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. But the facts were concealed with the forged evidence. That case left behind scars for all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks. But he got the brains. He was one of the. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first time together. How old was he? Your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for the prosecutor. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right, it was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years had gone by already. I tried to steal evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. This is all setting up to be the boss. Because only he would have authority for that. Yeah. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Grant and Lana Skye. My theory. I'm cooking. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Because it mutually benefited both of them. Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Scott was totally different when she was a detective. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never find out. Alright. Yep. So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one more thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't really my enemy. Because yeah, he started working with us technically. He was the one who used the falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him the evidence and planned everything. That someone was Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. I don't know, Magic, but right now my theory sits on the boss man now, being the orchestrator behind all of this. So that's my theory.
Did you hear a little theory?
I have no idea if you heard my theory earlier. You may have fell asleep in your chair, because you have a tendency to do that. Well, you're studying, nerd. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When did you become a real scientific investigator? Adios, Bambina. That was probably the last time we'll see him, probably. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room. Honestly, I was at online training. I get it. Learning how to use OF is pretty tough, you know, nowadays. I'm kidding. Oh, yep, you fell, you nerd, you fell asleep in your chair. That must be where the detectives are. We proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. But I mean, so even if we prove that Gant was involved, Lana's still like incriminated.
Yeah.
Like
she's still going to jail for something.
Yeah.
She admitted to it too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely going to jail.
Yeah. I thought we were finally gonna make some headway in our case, but instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Because she, unfortunately, I think she is guilty, but not as bad as like Sejuani. Okay. Hang in there, Lana. Okay. Alright, is Edgeworth in here? Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. Yeah. With Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll have to come back later. Okay. Unfortunately, I think I'm getting incredibly drowsy. So I think that this is as good a time as any to go ahead and log off. Next time we pick up, we're gonna probably just do a little bit of dialogue review. And probably, I think, Magic, in your opinion, can I finish the game on Wednesday? Or will I also need Thursday? Remember, I stream for about 3 hours on average. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I was blazing through. You know, we'd always play it by ear. So I think that we will just go ahead and play tomorrow. If we get through everything, we will get through everything. If not, if not. Thank you guys also very much for watching. As always, you can always find me at Zenheiser01 on everything. Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, everything. And I'll be sure to see you guys around. You guys can always feel free to interact with me on social media. Always happy to say hi. And I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a good rest of your night.